Let's talk BYU football, though, and let's talk with a guy in Chase Roberts, obviously, who has been a guy that's, I called him ultra dependable. Mr. Dependable, I guess is a good term for who he has been. Remember, this is a young man when he committed to BYU. He blew up in the recruiting cycle. If you remember all those years back, man, it goes way back even before the pandemic. He went to a Nike Combine event. There's all these Combine events anymore, but it's kind of one of the first of its kind. They called them a SPARQ score, SPARQ was the score, and essentially was like putting all of your stats and your performance in that combine into a number generator, and it would spit out what level of athlete you were. And as I remember it, he put out one of the highest SPARQ scores at that point that had ever been recorded, and he had been committed to BYU, if I recall, at that point. But all of a sudden, we're talking the Ohio States, the Michigans, the who's who of the college football world saw this Chase Roberts from American Fork, Utah, had this incredible score at a 6'4" wide receiver, and all of a sudden offers started pouring in. To his credit, he stuck, if I recall the circumstances, he stuck with his commitment to the BYU football program, served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, enrolled at BYU, and after enduring some injury concerns early on in his career, all he's become is just this model of consistency for the BYU football program. So what does he hope to accomplish in his final season as a Cougar this fall, and with an unsettled quarterback position to boot? Well, he had a lot of good answers, and I had a chance to catch up with him at Big 12 Media Days, and here is that conversation.
Chase, Media Days are a crazy time, obviously. What's the weirdest question you've been asked so far?
Cool. There's been a lot of, this last interview we just had was pretty interesting when it comes to like different agent stuff, and but I think the weirdest one has been how much land would it take for you to transfer somewhere else?
Like how much land you could own?
Like how much land would they have to offer you? That was an interesting one, but
did you have a good answer for it?
No, I was like, land? I've never even thought about that. But
they say real estate is gold in a way. So
yeah, I just said I'd never leave BYU. So.
BYU's your place.
That's right.
I can respect that. Now, you talk about agents. That's kind of a new era of college athletics where you actually have agents. Do you have an agent that helps you out with deals and the like?
Not as much the NIL stuff. Okay. I mean, I have somebody that I'll go through if something's very complicated and complex. But when it comes to the NFL stuff, I have a couple that I'm talking to, and I'll decide probably around the season, end of the season time.
Now, obviously, big season upcoming for you personally. You were named to the all-preseason Big 12 team. How big of an honor was that for you to see that?
I think it's cool. I think it's great, especially for the draft and getting your name out there. And but ultimately, we got to win games, and I gotta go perform, right, and do the things that I need to do to get drafted. So when it comes down to it, it's cool, but still got to go make some plays.
With the uncertainty around the quarterback position, obviously that's probably be a concern of yours because you talk about being able to perform. What's your mindset that no matter who's under center, you're still going to do your thing?
Yeah, I think there's never one person that's going to win us a game. It's a team effort, and I think we have a great team. So when it comes to the quarterback situation, we're just excited for whoever steps up and goes and makes plays this fall, because whoever's going to play is going to make a bunch of great plays. So we're excited for who kind of shines during fall camp and then is the guy.
Now, as you've been working this offseason, what have been your focuses, like in terms of what you want to improve on the most?
Yeah, the biggest thing was getting healthy,
Yeah.
And then watching a lot of film, making sure that I understand, like as a quarterback would, and then taking it to the next level when it comes to pressures and different coverages and stuff like that. So that's what I've been focusing on this offseason.
When you went down in that bowl game, did you know you were going to be out as long as you were?
Yeah, they told me right away.
Okay.
And it was great, honestly, being able to kind of view from the quarterback perspective, take spring ball to rest a little bit. It was my 5th spring ball, so I feel really good, really healthy, ready to go. And it was, I think, a blessing in disguise to be able to take the offseason and really hone in on the playbook and get healthy.
Do you feel 100% now? Are you ready to rock and roll?
Ready to rock and roll. Yep,
okay.
100%.
Now, this offense, obviously, with Aaron Roderick, it's multifaceted, I guess is the easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
How many wrinkles do you anticipate him even making this year as compared to maybe previous years?
I think you got to adapt to the quarterback you have, right? And you got to be able to use their strengths. And I think whoever ends up, as the quarterback, I think he'll adapt to their strengths and we'll be able to make plays. And I think we got the athletes at every position, so it doesn't matter. A-Rod's going to do his thing, and we're going to score a lot of points this fall.
I know that you're receiver room's come back mostly intact, obviously. You added Tiger Bachmeier to the mix.
Yeah.
Have you met him? What's he like? What do you expect?
Yeah, Tiger's the man. He's awesome. He definitely adds a lot of personality to the room, and just a funny, fun kid. Great player. He's going to make some plays and be big time for us this fall.
Okay, are you as good of a golfer as Parker Kingston is?
No, I'm not. I'm going to be honest, but I'm getting there. I'm getting a lot better.
I don't think anybody's as good as Parker.
No, he's a great player, but I'm getting there.
Obviously, he plays a multifaceted role, probably figures the slot in kind of where Keelan was as a returner. How good do you think a guy like Parker could be?
I think he can be an NFL guy, like a great player that if he has a season like he should this year, he can end up getting drafted this year. So with his speed and his knowledge of the game and the experience that he has now, I think he can have a huge breakout season.
Do you have any stated goals like yardage, touchdown, anything you've stated you want to accomplish?
Yeah, I always do, right before the season. Not super specific, I guess. You want to kind of hit the standard for an NFL receiver, of course, and kind of be up there with those guys. But really, what it comes down to is what each team likes, right? And just do the things that I focus on my strengths as well as develop some of my weaknesses. So I'm just going to be the playmaker that I was last year, and just double down on that, making big-time plays in big-time situations.
You guys are very close as a team to making the Big 12 title game. Is that a motivating factor to say, hey, we want to break through this year?
Yeah, of course. It's a game that we want to play in, and I think we're just going to take it one game at a time, though. Not worry about it until it comes. But it's definitely something that we'd love to play in.
Well, I'll get you out of here on this. As you look forward to obviously your future as a professional football player, what do you want your legacy to be remembered as at BYU?
I think someone who's just consistent in who he was, and I guess that's someone who is faith-driven, someone who is God-fearing and that glorifies him in everything that he does, and just an example to the younger generation, those that want to play football, those that just want to be a good person. So that's the kind of legacy that I love to leave at BYU.
A big thank you to Chase Roberts for taking the time to join myself and obviously Cougar Nation here on Locked On Cougars. And you heard him talk about the fact that he wants to leave a legacy of just knowing that, being that guy that Cougar fans and obviously his quarterbacks, it'll be plural at this point, could rely upon during his time as a Cougar. But he is poised to have a really, really big year. And whoever ends up as the starting quarterback for the BYU football program, they're lucky to have number 2 out there on the edge for them, along with the other weapons in that BYU offense. But when in doubt, look for Chase, because he has been absolutely lights out in critical downs and distances and situations for the BYU football program for quite some time. And I'm very eager to see where his football career takes him down the line, because this feels like a young man who is just, in many respects, still scratching the surface of his potential. But he's going to be an older prospect come the time of the NFL draft next year, and we'll see what happens on that front. But the only thing he can control at this point, and you heard him kind of allude to it, is he's got to go out there, put on a performance for the ages, and then see what happens after that. And I can respect the way that he is approaching it, and you also can tell that he takes his role as a leader very, very seriously, as he should, because a lot of good leaders last year graduated from this program, and they need guys like Chase to step up into that void and be one of those voices that speaks out when other guys need somebody to rally around. All right. So once again, a big thank you to Chase Roberts for taking the time to join me at Big 12 Media Days. And we'll have many more of those interviews. I said I've got I think 17 of them. That's one of 17. They'll be rolling out here in the coming days and weeks leading up to BYU training camp. All right. Coming up next, BYU picked up a big recruitment. I'm not saying big because he's an offensive lineman. I'm talking big because he is absolutely everything BYU wants in terms of an interior offensive lineman. And yet again, they have beaten the who's who of college football for another high-level commitment. Who is it? Well, it's Jax Tanner. And what does he bring to the BYU football program? We'll delve into that next as Locked On Cougars rolls on.